Hello, everybody. This is Ken here from Presentria. How are you doing? Today, I'm going to show you how to easily create a trip over the Presentria Go platform. So let's take a look at that. Now, first of all, you need to open your web browser to instructor.presentria.com, enter your login name and password, and then you click the green login button. Now, once you're there, all you need to do is to select Presentria Go on the left-hand side of the menu, and then you'll be arriving at the dashboard of Presentria Go. To create a new trip, all you need to do is to click the green button, New Trip, on the upper right-hand corner. And then you'll be able to set the trip name and the description. So let's say I want to call this like an Innes College trip. All right. And then I can have trip description. And the trip description is basically the message that you would like to show to your students when they arrive, at a checkpoint. So you can say something like, "Welcome to Innes College. We have got maybe one question for you to tackle here." You can set up multiple questions in a checkpoint, or you can set up multiple checkpoints in the same trip. So it's up to you. And after you have done that, you just simply select a thumbnail, to associate with the trip. Thumbnail is just basically an icon. You can create and upload your own personalized thumbnail to the system as well. All right. So you click the OK button. Now we have arrived at the map. Here you have to find the checkpoint and determine the checkpoint. So you click the second icon on the left-hand side menu. And this is like, a Google map. So you can either type the actual address, or you can just type the name and let Google to find it for you, because our platform is powered by the Google Map platform. So we can type Innes College. As you can see, Google already find, the location. So let's take a look. Yes, it is the right place on St. George Street in downtown Toronto. You click the green tick button. So you see the new task window here appears, and you just name, the checkpoint. So you can call it Innes College building, because you can have multiple checkpoints in the same trip. But let's, for the sake of discussion here, we just have one checkpoint, one question. And then here, you have got some checkpoint information. Now, the information here is only for you to have a look. So for example, you can have a side notes to say, right, I'm asking just one question here about people's, let's say, opinion on the building or something like that, right? Now you have to define what to ask or what to show, in this checkpoint. You can ask a question, you can display a video or graphics, or you can, push a file, to the students. So let's say I want to ask a question. So I click Ask a Question. You type your question name, you select the kind of question type, such as multiple choice, text, Likert scale, right? You select how many choices you have. If it is a multiple choice, you can actually ask it in such a way that you grade them automatically, right? So you can predetermine the correct answer, and then you give them some points, for that. There's a function that I like the most in Presentria Go, and that is you can recycle the questions that you have previously created for other Presentria tools like Presentria Basic or multi-item or activities. So if that's the case, instead of typing the question manually here, I just go to the upper right-hand corner, use question bank. So let's take a look at that. All right. And previously I have set a question about, the Innes residence life using Likert scale. So I'm going to use that question. Okay, I click OK. And as you can see, I copied that question from the question bank to here. All right, I can enlarge it a little bit so that you can see, what exactly I'm asking. So I'm showing people a video about Innes College, and I'm asking them to rate the video using a Likert scale. I can have different kinds of Likert scale, and I can have different points. It's a 5-point scale here. I can adjust it. All right. I can also have additional settings like, multiple attempts, show feedback after they submitted it, so on and so forth. So, there are lots of exciting things that you can do. So let's assume that I'm okay, with this setup. So I click Save. All right, and click OK again. And as you can see here, I have defined my checkpoint. The red area is where students can see the question. So I can enlarge it and I can also shrink it, based on my needs. All right. So let's say I'm okay with this. I can click Start Trip button on the upper right-hand corner here. All right. You set up the starting time of the trip, right? Because you can have a fixed duration, or you can leave it open, right? So that the trip continue to operate. Now you have to make a decision if this is an on-site trip or is it a virtual trip. An on-site trip means students have to physically arrive at that checkpoint location in order to view the questions on their smartphones. If you want other students who are located elsewhere, on the planet, as long as they have got access to Google Map, internet, you can do the virtual trip. So they just use a web browser to play the game or play the trip instead of physically going there. But let's say I want people to actually go there. So I select on-site. Now, the next one that you have to choose is whether you want to gamify the game, the trip. So if you select on with the badges, I'm talking about the digital badges there. So you can actually give them points, for those questions that they have correctly answered. And then eventually, they can either get a gold, digital badge or a silver one or a bronze one. And that's very, very exciting. And then you can just click start to get the trip up and running in a minute. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, here you go. So all you need to do is to tell your students to visit that checkpoint locations. And then once they arrive, take out their phone, open a web browser, and go to go.presentria.com with the session ID G1328 and also their student name and ID. All right, isn't that easy? Yeah, I think so. Well, let's get started.